What's going on, everybody? I'm Shy. This is the Dollar Tree. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Yes, timestamps are in the description. Go ahead and hit that like button. Break the thumb on that like button. All right, hit the subscribe button so you know when we upload the amazing trade setup video that I have in store. I mean, like, I'm crazy excited about this trade. Like, I'm not even going to front. Like, ooh, like, gains. Can you guys smell that? Can you smell the gains that are cooking? But anyway, go ahead, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you know when we upload a new video on the Dollar Tree channel. Much appreciated. And let's get right to it. So, of course, 4 coins I want to go over today. Just going to basically spend the video breaking down what I've put together on these charts for you guys to just make you aware of what it is that I'm seeing and what I'm looking forward to in these markets currently. All right. Now, I know I've been raving and going on about that 9,600, 9,900 futures gap for Bitcoin. Nevertheless, I also stated that before you even get a pullback, you will also potentially see, if you've been following along, I did say that, you can also see a scenario where it runs up and test and retest or even breaks that previous high from April 2019 of about 13,800 or whatever, depending on the exchange. But nevertheless, if you also are following along, let's get started. I also did a trade video on Algorand and Swipe. I talked about Link as well. And pretty much nothing out of the ordinary or nothing off track. There was nothing that I said that's off track in regards to Algorand or regards to Swipe to this point. Hell, I'll even go as far as to say LinkedIn. And I said LinkedIn. Jesus Christ, where's my brain? Chainlink. Link. All right. So, my most recent videos, I've talked about those entry points. And even that $6.50, not exactly, but what happened? Chainlink came right down to that $7.31 scenario. You know what? Since we on Chainlink, let's go ahead and bring up the Chainlink chart, because I'm just going to be honest with you. Chainlink looks incredible, not only for the short term, but for the long term, for the rest of this run up. I really like Chainlink. Of course, I've made independent videos on Chainlink on this channel, and let's take a look. All right. So the first screenshot I want to show you for a link is on the weekly. This is the weekly. And if you look at this curve that I've drawn on this weekly chart, which is pretty much the entire lifespan of Link, you'll see that since the coin's inception, it's just been on a tear. And it's not showing any signs of slowing down, of course, with the rest of the bull market coming into play. So I drew this to show you guys just how bullish this coin has been overall. The potential of it, the direction of it, from the short term and the long term going forward. All right, now let's talk about the tangibles. Let's talk substance. I've said in previous videos about those $6 and $7 entry points for Link, not financial advice. And to me, at that point, that may or may not still stand. See, Bitcoin, is like I said, it's a great chance that Bitcoin does not come down and fill that gap. I've discussed in previous videos how we can go ahead on to all-time highs and still not fill that gap, or the gap may even fill itself. So Damon and I had a discussion about that Bitcoin's gap, about how the price actually did go down into that range of 9,825, depending on the exchange. This was on a KuCoin exchange. So that gap may suddenly randomly fill itself. And let's remember also that there's now a gap at 11,100. Okay, we have to keep these things in mind. But to Link, do you want to bet on filling that gap? Because what we're looking at is this. If you're getting in Link right now, which I would not recommend personally at $12, you should have gotten in at $10. That's fine. You're going to be holding for a little bit more. Well, I don't know if it's fine or not, but you're going to be holding a little bit longer for that long term, and if you're getting in at the $12 range, me personally, I would make the best of that run up to $20 and beyond. And what I mean by make the best of that run up is You know, pretty much, I'm not saying throw the bank or your retirement at it, but I'm saying make it worthwhile. Not financial advice. I'm speaking from my point of view, my perspective, of course. So yeah, so let's go on to the next screenshot for Link, and let's talk about in this. You know, if I expand and correct that curve to that parabolic move, it seems to be falling right in line with this bear market. Like it's incredible. So what can we see? Listen, I've already said, you know, $25, $30 for a Link, and I'm holding strong on that. And I wouldn't be surprised, nor would I feel, you know, a little bit weird if Link went all the way up to $40, $45, because right now we're at $12. 40 would be another 3x, another a 3.5, or, you know, about a 3.5x from this $12 range. And from this most recent low of about $7, $40 would be just under 7x, about a 6.8x, right? So listen, it's definitely not far-fetched for a coin with such a strong backing, strong fundamentals. You know, I love what Link is doing. I'm getting a little bit worked up from my words right now, but okay. So looking at this chart, I want to see Link potentially come down and retest this curve line. So we'll see probably a higher low from this previous $7.31 low. Let's switch over to the next screenshot. This is what you're looking at on the breakout. You can look at this as an inverse complex head and shoulders, okay, with your left shoulder, your head, and then your two right shoulders. Or you can look at it as higher highs. You got a low, and then you got a higher low, and then you got a a higher high, and then you got a third higher high, and right before your breakout. So if we want to see Link recover and really make it back up to that $20 range, what I should have drew is a rounded bottom under here to show you also the potential for the price to come up and test about around $16 before pulling back a little bit and maybe retesting this $13 area. $13 area after $16 to $18 test is probably good entry. I will have to keep you guys up to date on this, of course. But like I said, if you're getting in this run up now, I expect this price, if Bitcoin remains strong, to continue higher to test that $15, $16 range. Let's say, let me look left. Let's look left, about $14 range. I will look forward to test the $14 range because that's where the resistance will be. If you look left, let me draw a circle around here. I'll draw a circle around these two right here for you guys to see where that potential next resistance will be with this potential run up. So if that's what we're getting, you know, if you were in at that second you got the low and you got the second higher low. If you got in at that second higher low from that first run up, you know, you're sitting pretty. You're sitting pretty right now. If you got in at $10, if you got in at $8, you're sitting pretty. So all right, so that's what I'm looking for out of Link. What do we expect out of Link? Link run up test, just over $14 or $14. You can see the line here on this chart, and then probably look to come back down and test 12, this area as support. Heavy pullback from Bitcoin. You may even look at the $10. So if you end up getting in at $12 and it pulls back to 10, you should double down on your move at that point. Not financial advice, but things change as we know in the market. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so I keep you up to date. All right. Now that we finished with Link, let's go ahead and move on to Algorand. And let's start with this 8-hour chart. And if you have watched the previous video that I did on Algorand and Swipe, nothing out of the ordinary what I discussed on that video has happened. We talked about running up and then pulling back. If Bitcoin pulls back to fill that gap to support, Bitcoin decided to run up. Nonetheless, I still said I wanted to see Algo alongside Bitcoin run up to that 35 cent range. It did that and then came back down again. This is where we are now. We are back down. It came back down to 28 cent to bounce. You know, you got that double bottom. You can either look at it as a low, a higher low, and then a very incrementally higher low, or you could zoom in on this screenshot and look at it on the 4-hour as a double bottom, a double bottom. So again, another bullish scenario on top of a previous bullish scenario for Algorand. Now, a little bit about money flow. Yes, I did say if Bitcoin decides to pull back hard to fill any gaps, Algo will go with it. That is the reason why I wanted Algo to trend higher to that 35, 36 cent area, because if it pulls back, you can look to see that 28, 27, 20, high 26 area again as entry. It's been there 3 times already, guys. So if it pulls up again, that's what I will be looking for Algorand for entry. Let the market tell you when to invest. Don't force your way into the market. All right. So a double bottom on Algo. You know, the price targets for Algo, again, back up to that 35 cent range. And let's see what Bitcoin does. Is the money going to flow out of Bitcoin into the altcoins and let the altcoins pump a little bit more before ultimately pulling back? Or will it pull back with Bitcoin? And if so, I look to see Algorand back at that 27 cents even range for potential entry. And if it's even an even heavier pullback, of course, there's a trading strategy for that, for recouping and also ending up in gains. But again, that's something that I'll discuss on the Patreon. So overall Algo, this is what we're expecting. Look at this screenshot right here. Again, run up to that 35 cent area. If Bitcoin decides to pull back, if the altcoins, if the money flows into the altcoins, it'll have a subtle pullback to 31 cents and then bounce. If it decides to pull all the way back, then you'll see it come down to this lower rounded bottom area. Yes, that 27 cents. If it pulls back strong from 35 cents or higher, then you'll see that'll be a great entry. And then that'll even present an opportunity for a double bottom as well, for the continued move higher to go eventually to the top of this potentially rounded bottom. If this plays out as I've drew here on this chart, to get back up to 50 cents, 70 cents, 75 cents, and ultimately 80, 85 cents, which I would love to see it get to. All right, so that's Algorand, guys. Look at that previous video and you will see that we're following along beautifully as far as our entries for Algorand. Let's get it. Let's get it. Subscribe to the channel. This is what it's all about. Yeah, so that's it. That's what I got for you guys for this video for Algorand and Chainlink. You can follow us on Instagram at TheDollarTree. You can follow me on Instagram at I'm Leo Calm, CALM. Same on YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. Thank you. I'm Leo Calm, CALM. Same thing. Links will probably be in the description. Again, shout out to all the new subscribers. Yes, thank you very much for watching. And stick around. Next video, we're doing a back-to-back today. Yes, I think that may be a first. So I'm Shy. This is the Dollar Tree, and I will see you guys in the very next video. Just go ahead and click so you can take a look at Swipe and Chainlink. All right, so I'll see y'all over there. Let's go.